I'll try and make it quick. Organ trafficking and money laundering. What a terrible duo. Evil, sinister combination that usually walk hand in hand, unfortunately. Uh, you know, nobody has to believe me. Just go look it up. 2009, a guy named Rosenbaum. Sorry, I don't want to, at the risk of sounding anti Semitic or being accused of being anti Semitic, I have to use the word Jew. Sorry, because he's Jewish. But not only that, in 2009, they discovered that certain rabbis in New Jersey and New York were also part of the same organ trafficking ring and money laundering ring. Why? I'm going to explain. So, if you go to Talmudic law, if you go to read about the history of the Jews and all this stuff, you'll know that the community does not allow them to donate organs, but it allows them to receive them. Oh, that's kind of weird. I'm not going to give you my organs, but hey, can you give me some of yours? I need them. Oh, that's kind of vampirical. But let's set that aside. In order to traffic organs, you have to pay for them. In order to pay for them, it's usually large sums of money involved. And so you have to get some bank or another involved in some illegal payment or bank transfer or whatever. And in that case of 2009, curiously enough, if you go look up the information for that case, you'll see that a couple of big banks were involved. But somehow they were able to keep their names out of the case file. They paid. They committed another act of corruption in the justice system and paid somehow some judge or someone in the system to keep their names out of the case file. So we can't say which bank really, but I have a pretty good idea which one. And it's always loved to launder money. And it hates when it gets caught laundering money. Oh, damn, it hates it. And it's run by Jews, unfortunately. I have to use that word again. Terrible. I'm part Jewish, so I get to use that word if I want to. Just like when black people use that word for black people, and nobody, takes them up on it. Yeah, me being part Jewish, I can say Jew. And I'm not being anti-Semitic when I say rabbis and Jewish people were involved in a huge organ trafficking ring in 2009. Go look it up. The way they caught this ring was because it started with an investigation into money laundering. They didn't even know what they were investigating in the beginning. Kind of like me. I didn't even know what I was investigating in the beginning when my daughter was in the hospital. So that money laundering case in 2009 turned into something way, way more, and reaching out not just involving rabbis in New Jersey and a mayor from a town in New Jersey. You go look it up. And not just involving banks in New York, but involving South Africans and Israelis. Israelis secret service Israeli secret service people from Mossad involved in trafficking organs. Okay. So when we talk about this issue, it's like, wow, big banks love to launder money. This is what they do. They get caught up doing it all the time. Citibank, HSBC, take your pick. Bank in New York, Mellon. They all did some fraud or another in the recent years, even maybe even the past year. Just look it up. Any one of those bank names, fraud, and you'll find out a case against them for sure. So they love laundering money. They love hanky panky with the money, and organ traffickers who invariably are Jewish for some reason because, well, we know why. They can't donate organs to themselves in their own community. They have to go to someone else's community and steal them, basically. These are the people who were involved in stealing organs in 2009. Rabbis, South Africans, Secret Service from Israelis, the Israeli Mossad, and big banks who somehow kept their names out of the fucking casework. Crazy, huh? How does a big bank do that and still get to operate after it was involved in killing innocent children and stealing their organs? I really don't know. But if it happens again, we're not going to let them get away with it. And I'm going to ask that the big banks get their doors shut for trying to steal poor children's organs so that they can give them to rich children. Fuck that. That's just patently wrong. In addition to all the other things big banks do that is patently wrong, they should definitely not be doing that. God damn. Money laundering and organ trafficking, walking hand in hand. creating misery and destruction throughout the Holy Land. Well, Richard Beverly-Galavizo is reporting to you from Mexico about organ trafficking and money laundering by big banks, Jews, and mayors from New Jersey. Go figure.